Ladies and gentlemen, Frank Bryan.
You people that's not 90 years old or older, I might as well tell you who I am. And he has. But I'm Frank Bryan, and I've been an LSU fan all my life. I can tell you, it started in the turn of the century. My daddy went to LSU. When LSU was in the old barracks across from the state capitol, and every now and then I'd have to listen to about LSU. So, and then in the late 30s, I had 4 sisters that went to LSU. One of them was a coach, and I had to continue listening to him. So I had to end up going to LSU. It was no problem. But I remember back when we first started, they called me Cuz Bryan. And many people have asked me, why do they call you Cuz? I said, well, I had so many cousins, and we had tickets. We only got 3 or 4 tickets for each game. So I'd take all the tickets from all the players, and they said, well, Frank, why you want so many? Well, I want them for Cousin Albert or Cousin Henry or something. So that's the way it ended up. Now, I'm kind of honored. I came from a big family. There was 9 kids in my family. And people talk about who is your coach in college and who is your coach in high school. Well, having a family that big, I was awful lucky because I not only had the coach that coached our team, but I have those 40 people in my family, and I think every one of them are here tonight, and they all coached me. They'd get home at night and they'd say, well, Frank, why did you do this? Or why did you do that? Or why did you do this? Well, that helped me. And I give them a lot of credit for what I became after a while. So if you don't have a big family, it's really I'm awful fortunate that I have all it, and most of them are here tonight, and they came from far and near to see me talk for about 3 minutes. I won't talk as long as the people before me because I don't have as much to say. But anyway, it's a pleasure to be here, and I want to thank the board of directors for the Hall of Fame. They gave me a chance to get in and be up here for this particular night, which is really important to me. I think it's one of the best things that's ever happened. People have asked me a lot of times, they say, Frank, what are one of the happiest moments of your life in pro ball or high school or college? Well, I thought for a minute. I had, when I was playing pro ball, the basket seemed like it was about 4 foot wide, and everything I shot went in. And it just made me feel awful good. But that's not the thing that made me happy. The thing that really made me happy was when that telephone rang and they said, we want you in the Hall of Fame at LSU. That really made me happy. So, here I am tonight. And it's something you never will know. And the 3 people that's on the board of directors, if I ever get a chance to come and talk to them one-on-one, I'll tell them what it really means to me. It means a whole lot. So it's it's been a long road, and it's been quite a lot of fun for me because I started out going to high school, played a little ball, I played a little bit in college, and I would have never gone as far as I did if I hadn't had these 40 coaches that I have sitting here. They all had a lot to say, but there were other reasons. Coach Raby came out to my house. If y'all remember Raven Horse, what a fight, nice fellow he was. But he came out to my house on one Sunday afternoon, and he said, Brian, he said, I'd like to give you a full scholarship to LSU to play basketball for me. What about it? Well, you could have heard me holler all the way down to the dairy barn because I was tickled to death to get to go to LSU. And it just, it just made me feel real good to do that. And I came on to LSU, and then after I got to LSU, I found out, before that I didn't know this, but after I got to LSU and went in the Army for 3 years, I found out that they'd pay you to play basketball. Well, I didn't believe that. Heck, I thought, well, gosh, I'm ready. I'm ready. Because if y'all remember how it was down in the early 30s, it was tough. But anyway, they talked to this team in the NBL, and they said, Frank, if you come play with us, we'll give you whatever the top players making. And I thought, golly, I never heard of such a thing, but it made me happy. And to y'all, it doesn't mean anything, but to me it meant $1,500 a week. And that was a lot of money. And I heard that Michael was making that much. So that's what they gave me to start with. And I thought, well, I'm going to play pro ball. I'm not going back to school, or I'm not going to do this, and I'm going to try to keep from being homegrown as long as I can. So now's the time to go into pro ball. By this time I was married, and I had one daughter. And the thing that got my mind was that $1,500 is a lot of money. I better just take it. And I did. I went into pro ball, and I went up, and I don't think I made a bad mistake to this day, because when I got up, I met some real fine fellas. They had gotten rid of all the old players that were a little bit risque. That was from New York City, and they played out on the streets, and they said some things that I didn't want to hear, but anyway, I heard them, I learned them, but I tried to keep from saying it. But I never will forget when I first got that night that Raby came out and asked me about playing, he called me and said, Brian, how would you like to play ball at LSU? I said, that's when I did my hollering. Of course, I said, yes, and he called me Brian. That time, that was one of the few times he ever called me Brian. I'm not going to tell you what he called me later on when we were, playing ball, because you don't play for a coach all the time that they call you nice, sweet names. Once in a while, they're going to call you something different. But anyway, this is one of my great, great things that's happened to me, is be here and being standing up here before you, and I'm making a Hall of Fame, because it makes me feel like I'm one of the 131 that's in the thing that they're just outstanding athletes. That's all it is to it. And believe me, it's fun to think that I can kind of rub shoulders with the kind of people that's already in it and the ones that's going into it. I really do appreciate the board and the 10 or so fellas that is the reason that I'm in the Hall of Fame. They went out, they talked day and night, so long until the board finally said, it looks like they're going to go quit. We better put him in the Hall of Fame and we get rid of him. Well, I think that's might have been what they did. But anyway, I do thank every one of them. I'm not going to name them because I might leave them out. But they are some of my closest friends, and they really went to bat for me. And I thank y'all for being out here tonight. I really do. And it's a great honor